Welcome back to Resurrection of Heaven's Liquor. Today we're taking on the extra stage, but first, the menu here has a little bit of a bug. You see, if you select the extra difficulty, you'll be presented with the character select screen, but if you back out from there, you'll get the difficulty select for the main game. Yes. I can only guess that they were lazy with the menu of all things, but then again, they were lazy with everything in this game. Why, just look at the new character we've unlocked for beating the game on Hard or Lunatic. It's Aya Maru, and your shot type is basically Sakuya A from Perfect Cherry Blossom. And it's weaker than Moko, so that was a very disappointing unlock. Curse you, Disfact. Why they like Aya so much is beyond me, because they've got about 4 or 5 games starring Aya. So, the extra stage. Yeah, this is definitely extra stage material, don't you think? Well, actually, it gets a little bit frantic here. This actually might kill you, and I decide to bomb here. Speaking of Aya's bomb, it makes her fly around the screen randomly. It's not very practical. Unfortunately, that's the end of the stage already. This wall of random bullets coming out of nowhere is our mid-boss, apparently, and the boss is right behind it. Bullets coming out of nowhere. Oh, you'd think this was a shout-out to the PC-98 or some games or something. Well, that would be appropriate because the extra boss is Mima. Yes. You guys wanted to see Mima in another Danmaku game, and you got it. Why, she doesn't even have any arms. That staff is just sticking out of her cape. And the first spell card has an Icicle Falls style safety zone. Yeah, that's not really a good sign, is it? This is disgraceful, even. The second spell card isn't much better. Now, it looks like it would be hard, but you can just get into that little circle around Mima, and you're safe. Disfact, did you even playtest this game before sending it out? Also, Aya has her little invincibility period here because I filled up the liquor gauge, but it's completely useless, and her sprite doesn't even change. God, the laziness is strong with this one. Speaking of laziness, this is a not difficult spell card. It doesn't even look pretty at all, it's just giant donuts. What is this supposed to be, a ripoff of Suwako's Moria's Iron Ring or something? Nah, it's not even close to Moria's Iron Ring. Hey, a free bomb, that's nice. Now, I'm pretty sure you can stand completely still and avoid this one, too. And the next spell card is Stardust Reverie. Yeah, it's Stardust Reverie for the Imperishable Knight. Kind of appropriate because Marissa used to be Mima's student or something, but still, this is lazy. I mean, when they aren't taking patterns from the official games, they're just making, like, whatever comes to mind, and it doesn't really work out much. Also, I thought for sure my invisibility period was still up, but apparently not. It doesn't help that your sprite, that Aya's sprite doesn't change when she's invincible, so that's not helpful. This is also a completely boring spell card. At least you can't safe spot that one. So what is next? I have nothing to say about the non-spells. They're just generic. Oh yes! I think I've seen this in Shoot the Bullets, or Phantasmagoria Flower View, who was using it. I can't pronounce her name, but the final boss of Phantasmagoria Flower View uses this. I'm making it look easy because I know how to avoid it, but it's a very horrible card. You've got to actually try it yourself to see how terrible it is, or watch someone else's video. Like, blind reactions and all that. It's about as bullshit as Moko's Honest Man's Death. That's what I'm comparing it to. The next spell card is colorful, but it's not very difficult. Well, at least this one looks pretty now. They're getting there. Maybe one of these spell cards will actually be very good. We can only hope. Oh, and of course, the final non-spell has to be complete and utter bullshit. So we have bullets that move around far too fast, and I have to bomb to get through them. Oh, this is an interesting spell card because those familiars are what Marissa used in Story of Easter Wonderland. So they get points for the nostalgia. Except it's a completely awful spell card to play. And yes, I did just die twice to it. But fortunately, once you destroy the familiars, as I've said so many times in the past, she's completely worthless. And defenseless. Oh, goody. It's time for the survival card. It's even called Reincarnation. Oh, that was very clever, Disfact. I totally see what you did there. So, it's pretty basic at first. I imagine it's going to get completely awful later, as so many survival cards do. Oh, I was right. So now what? Oh, it's stealing from Imperishable Night again. This is just like Moko's survival card. Possessed by Phoenix or something like that. So much spell card theft going on. Heck, Mima even stole from Marissa earlier. That's... oh, the irony. Well, I guess we know where Marissa got her thieving thing from. And this is where it gets kinda difficult, so I'm just gonna use bombs here. And that was luck there. A 1 second more and I probably would have died again. So, the final spell card, what do you expect? It's... well, it is pretty flashy. And I guess it does get difficult later because it's a bunch of stars flying around in random directions and bouncing off the walls and things. But still, I've got the bombs to outlive this. This won't be... I kinda wish I hadn't gotten hit there. I saved myself. I was able to death bomb. That was close. One thing I would definitely not like to do is go through this whole thing again. But it's not over yet. We have one last spell card. It's a last spell, and I have never seen anyone beat this at all. Fortunately, you don't actually have to beat it. And that's the end of the extra stage. Good riddance.